What do we do when we are awake at 4 AM because we can't sleep? We film our overdue Jane Austen July TBR because I am cool like that. Hi everyone, it's Jenny. Welcome back to my channel. How are you all? I hope you're all sleeping. Well, I mean not now. I watched the video obviously, but anyway, it's Jane Austen July. Hip hip hooray! Oh, my elbow just clipped. I'm very happy about this because the world is not a nice place right now, and I am very excited to escape into Austen because don't we all need a bit of escapism? Yes, we do. So, into the challenges. Without further ado. So, the first and most obvious thing to complete is you have to read one of Jane Austen's 6 novels. So, there are group readathons. Oh, sorry, I should say this is hosted by Marissa from Blatantly Bookish and Katie from Books and Things. I've linked the channels and announced some videos down below, as well as the Goodreads group. So if you want, you can join in with the group readathons of novels and just generally TBR discussions and all this wonderful things. So I'm always so bad at that. Sorry. So yes, I am joining in with the group read along that's happening at the moment of Emma. This is one of my least favourite Austens, but it's my dad's favourite. But I saw the most recent film and flippin' loved that, so I'm wondering if that will give me a new lease of life with this book. Also, I'm finding now that I am imagining the actors from that film when I read these characters. Does anyone else do this? But I've literally read the first little bit, but I still stand by the fact I think this is a slower opening than some of the books. Maybe that's why I didn't like this as much, because it's longer and maybe a bit slower paced, but the characters are great. And I like how much she sets up that community from the beginning. So that, and then the other book they're all group reading in the second half of the month is Pride and Prejudice. So I'm not going to reread that one like strictly, but the wonderful Jen Campbell on her Insta stories was reading it, and I caught up with, I sort of kept up with the first 20 chapters or so, and then I sort of dropped off, but she's put them on her YouTube channel, so I'm going to listen to her reading it, but I'm not going to actually log it on my Goodreads. So instead I'm going to reread Persuasion because I think this is my favourite. At the moment I'm saying it's my joint favourite with Pride and Prejudice because I'm most familiar with that one. I've only read this one once, I've read Pride and Prejudice 2 or 3 times, but obviously I fell in love and was reared and raised on the 1995 version. So I feel like I need to give it like another read to decide if I like this one more. So I'm really excited, plus it's shorter, so yay for that. And then the next challenge is to read something by Jane Austen that is part of her juvenile that isn't one of her novels. So I'm going to read When It Flippin' Arrives, The Beautiful Cassandra, which is a little penguin black classic. Imagine. It's here. It's going to be here hopefully soon. It has not been dispatched yet, but that will be what I read because I've already read her unfinished novels and stuff like that. So I don't know anything about the plot. I'm just always excited because a lot of her juvenilia, a lot of her kind of short stories or episodic novels are really funny, and I think this will just be it was like a fun discovery to read something shorter, and sometimes because it's fast paced it's sort of more entertaining. And then what is the third challenge? Let me look at my notes. It is to read a non-fiction book about Jane Austen, all the period that she lived in. So here's the thing, I have my heart set on reading What Matters in Austen by John Mullen, because my library has a copy, but the library is still closed and things might start opening up in early-ish July, but I don't know. So I tried the audiobook and I hate the narrator, so I'm just gonna, hold fire and hope that the library opens, because I can't be buying all these books, you guys, even though I'm sure I'll enjoy it. And that looks at patterns in all of Austen's novels, and it sounds interesting because it sounds like literary analysis, but very accessible literary analysis. And I've also heard that it's nice because it doesn't have separate chapters on each book. It crosses different novels and with each pattern, that kind of thing. So I'm always down for that, because sometimes I find some of the things that's argued about books a bit tentative, but I have it on good authority by many Austen fans that this is an excellent book. So hopefully I get to read it. We'll see. Then the fourth challenge is to read a retelling of an Austen novel. So I basically went a bit mad on audiobooks for this. So I have almost finished currently The Other Bennet Sister, which is amazing. Oh my gosh. It is Pride and Prejudice from Mary's point of view, and it's nice because I would say a bit less than half, probably about 40% of the book is covering the plot of Pride and Prejudice. must be calm. I'm so excited. It's Austen! But yes, about 40% of the book covers the Pride and Prejudice plot, but then it goes beyond that, and it's really nice how you revisit other characters, like Miss Bingley and the gardeners and Charlotte and Mr. Collins, and just sort of see how they're all getting on. And I also just like how it looks at the difficulty of women and how limited they were and what they could do. I'm always like into books that show that. But then also there is an audiobook called Charlotte, which obviously is Charlotte's perspective of Pride and Prejudice, but it's by Helen Moffat, and that'll be interesting because of how, like, I haven't just read the Emma Bennett sister, seeing how like she's portrayed in that and how that'll be different in this, and how it focuses more on like Andover, who's always such a tiny character. So that's exciting. And then I feel like I wanted some modern ones. I've got to say, pretty much any Jane Austen retelling, it's almost always Pride and Prejudice, which is a little bit disappointing. But I guess it is just the most familiar narrative for everyone. But I've also got Unmarriageable and Bridget Jones's Diary, which are like Pride and Prejudice retellings, and let me look at my list. Oh yes, I've got, okay, this isn't like a retelling, but I've got a book called Miss Austen by Jill Hornby to listen to, which is, I think, her sister Cassandra's like relationship, that kind of thing. And then also the Jane Austen Society, which is like a book club. I think it's a group of women who have a book club around Austen, and I think they all like identify with like a certain novel or like character or heroine or something, and it just sounds like really lovely and cozy, and I'm excited about all of the things. And then also there is a short story collection called Sensei and Sensibility by, well, I'm going to have to look at my notes for this, Karen Tei Yamashita, which is on Scribd or Scribed, however you want to say that app's name. And that looks like short stories that it's not just Sense and Sensibility, I think it's all the Austen novels are somehow adapted into a short story. So that'll be interesting. Never seen a short story retelling before. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I'm very like audiobook heavy for this readathon, and I'm okay with that. Yes. And then the fifth challenge is to read a book by a contemporary of Austen. So like a lot of people, I have gone for Evelina, Her, by Fanny Burney? Frances Burney? Under researched as usual, but I'm pretty sure it's mentioned in Pride and Prejudice, or at least I know that she liked Austen, like is reported to have liked her, and that book was published in 1778. And again, I got that on audiobook because, listen, if Judi Dench isn't rating anything, I'm gonna listen to that over reading it, because it's long. I think it's an epistolary novel as well, and sometimes I find that harder to digest in written form, whereas if because it's got 3 separate narrators, I think it might help like make it come alive more. I've been very hands heavy with today, I'm sorry. The sixth thing is to watch a direct screen adaptation. So obviously I'm going to watch the Emma film again because I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with the music and just like walking around the park, like I have a bonnet on. I have a thing for bonnets. Honestly, if someone bought me a bonnet, I'd be overjoyed. I love bonnets. Oh, to frolic in the bonnet. What a dream. I've just got Pride and Prejudice jewelry instead, but you know. I was going to say I'm bejazzled, but that's not the right word. Is it bedazzled? Bedecked? I'm wearing Pride and Prejudice jewellery anyway because I obviously have a small collection of that. And I haven't heard great reports about the 1986 Emma film, so let me know if that's worth watching, because I kind of want to compare it, but also and not to be like really judgmental, but also like to be judgmental, I'm very skeptical of like an American being the lead in an Austrian film, and like it's just so quintessentially English, you know, and if that isn't a good accent, there will be no forgiveness from me. And I think it's time to watch the film Pride and Prejudice again, because I'm such a steadfast 1995 Colin Firth in his wet shirt fan. But I've only seen the film, I think, once, and that was years ago, and I think I need to be fair and give it another try. And also, I have never seen the Northanger Abbey film, so that will be fun, because I think that's the funniest Austen book, and it's the one I've read the most, actually. Yes, I've read that one 3 times, so there we go. Fun times. And then the 7th challenge is to watch even a contemporary retelling of Austen. So I might watch Clueless just because of the Emma thing. Although actually controversial, I don't love Clueless. I saw it once and I just felt like I don't know, I didn't love it as much as I thought it was going to. Everyone's like, it's such a classic. It's like, yeah, it's a classic, but I don't know, like it works well as an adaptation, but I just didn't love it. Again, I might just need to like give it another try. I liked it, but yeah, it was like hyped up, I think, for me. But I definitely want to watch Austenland because that sounds fun. It's about a 30-something single woman in America who spends all her savings to go to England, to this like Austen land where you can interact with male actors and have some kind of like socially distanced and appropriate like romantic acting, like interaction with people. So that sounds just a delight. And then also because I'm going to listen to the Jane Austen like Society or Book Society, I want to watch that film. Just, I need coziness, I need comfort, I need snacks. Okay, snacks are not important, but like, well actually yes they are for watching film. Anyway, really going on a tangent here, but I'm very excited for all of this. What are you reading / going to watch? Are there any like films or series that I should watch or rewatch? Let me know. I also might watch the BBC miniseries of Sense and Sensibility that I haven't watched from 2007, and I think it's because my parents said it wasn't very good, and I kind of trust their opinion. I love the film so much, but I've also heard it's very good from Katie, so I might watch that. I'm gonna get no PhD work done by the sounds of things. Just gonna, you know, this is my excuse. I just had to, you know, watch Austen. It's my duty. I'm just bound to do this. But anyway, that was slightly delirious. I'm sorry. I'm just overtired, I guess. But in short, very happy, very excited. And if you have a TBR, please link it down below. I would love to see them, even if they're similar. Especially as I feel like I will have sort of exhausted a lot of the retelling options for like next year. So if you have other books that are retellings, contemporary retellings of Austen, then please let me know, because I might have nothing next year. But I just can't wait. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And I will see you soon with Bookish Shenanigans. Bye.